The time has finally come for you and I to have a little quality time together, and today we are going to do a fall closet reset. And if you guys saw my re-closet building back in June, this is kind of the first time that we're making a lot of the full adjustments. I've been trialing with a few things. I bought a few things off of Amazon. I want to add some kind of censored lights into it, but I also really want to see what this looks like when I'm using my tallest shoes. So we're going to do some rearranging from the room. We're going to pull some pieces out of the closet. I'll probably do just a little bit of sorting and kind of see what it feels like is the next level, but also what works best for me when it comes to fall, because now that I've had the closet for a few months, I use things differently. Like before, I was getting dressed primarily from my little setup over here, which is what you would see in the background of filming, my little rail. But now that I've got the closet, I tend to actually go and get dressed from the closet, which changes the flow in the morning, but also it kind of needs to be reorganized and reshuffled. So we're gonna pull out anything that I've stored with the potential to see if I was gonna love it and want to wear it again, kind of create my pile for donation / for reselling, all of the things that I normally do with my biannual closet clean out. And really, more than anything, I just want to utilize this time to make it the most fun version of this that I can, while also seeing maybe what works better for my flow. This is very much a learning process, so I'm excited, and let's dig out all of the fun boots and make it as fun and seasonal as possible. I also forgot to mention, It Cosmetics sent me this new anti-aging hydrating serum for their CC cream, and honestly, the glow for this is incredible. I don't tend to normally go for a full coverage anything. I like to be more of a medium coverage and something I can build on, but this is just giving so much glow without me actually having to use all of my underlayer products. I just have this on and it's First things first, I want to empty out the center of this closet. I bought these little sensor lights to put kind of underneath to give me some backlight whenever I'm shooting in this area. But at the same time, I want to make sure that they work with the boots that I'm adding in and just kind of the general flow of things. What I found is that, well, this is nice, and I love that having these little hooks means it's really adjustable. Also, the fact that if I wouldn't have bought the drawers, it would have been just these shelves and there would have been a lot of space. Doesn't necessarily suit my particular needs for this closet, but if you're somebody who feels like you lack tall storage, I feel like that's a benefit of it. So I bought this little jewelry set right here just because I wanted something to kind of organize my earrings and make it a little bit easier to get myself dressed in the morning, and I need to figure out a necklace situation and flow for that. But I do feel like pants don't really suit the center section anymore. I kind of had hats up there. I've thrown in some hats over there because this little hook for the wall came off, so we'll put that back in. But I think I'm going to use the rail as kind of just my bottoms in general. I feel like because I have my skirts and stuff at the bottom, I'm not reaching for them as much, and this section in general would just benefit from some more thicker, whenever I need to add in more sweaters into my wardrobe or more jackets, I think this will benefit me to have that kind of space, and we'll put all of the bottoms over there. I have thrown in a few matching sets on this side, and a lot of the times when I do the fall kind of sort out, I like to take out anything that feels particularly spring out of my wardrobe just to give my eyes a little bit less to glaze over whenever I'm looking. So I'll go through the shoe section, but honestly, this year with the way it's kind of situated, I don't necessarily have to take out a ton because anything that I would be adding in would be too tall for the door rack. So that's not a big deal, but I do want to make sure that my platforms have the most space. So any of my taller boots, that they have space that they can kind of fit over there. So we'll do a big old shuffle, but first things first, cleaning, and then let's see how these little lights kind of fit in within here. I know that the hats can find a different home though, most likely.
Don't want nobody else around. When I'm with you, baby, nothing really matters. So think about, baby, there's no doubt. Spending hours over at your place. Every night, hold me tight.
The moment you add one of these into the back, it just makes everything look so much more clean and intentionally put together. So easy. And even if it's not giving the most light, especially at the lower bit, it looks like it's giving a lot more light on camera. It just adds a lot to it. So we'll space these out and kind of get them in, but honestly, such a great decision. And these are thinner than other lighting, so a lot of the other lights that you would find for kind of closet or the puck light is going to be too big, and these are USB-C, so you probably have like tons of chargers around, so if you need to like pull them all at once and do that, you can. These also come with a remote. The ones in the kitchen or the ones in our pantry don't have a remote, so I like that if I don't want these on, I really just want them on for filming, I can shut them off because the dogs come through here a lot and I don't want to like run out the battery and make it hard for myself to actually want to keep these in use.
Ever till we part ways, hope it's not too soon. How I see it now, just wanna make a temporary truce for every move.
I think that might be our best option. We could probably get 3 pairs, and I think I have 3 of these, but it's also like the whole reason we were double checking this. I think that'll be okay, although we might knock some things over, but I also love that I don't have to go get a ladder to put the light on this.
Always day and night, I'm just trying to make this right, yeah.
보고 싶어 wanna SAVANNAH. Honestly I'm wanting something stable. 말해줄래 tell me what I want. Can't keep going on like this. 오늘 종일 leave 우리 사이엔 gamble. 시간 낭비하기 싫어. Please don't. I'm missing my time with you. 이제 종일 leave 그만할래. Gamble. 나를 내겐 싫어. Please don't. I'm missing my time with you. I'm missing my time on you. I'm missing my time on you. I'm missing my time on you.
On our agenda after this is to deal with this rug. But shoe-wise, we have my ever-trusty / completely destroyed boot bag, and that's perfectly okay. These are ones that I buy, like I feel like I buy a new color every single year, so we're gonna need to dust them off. They are from Xoxo, and they are just a nice little classic ankle booty. But this year we've seen a lot more like wide fit boots, so that might actually change. We might actually get to be called boot girlies this year. Love a metallic boot moment. I keep these because they're classics, but I haven't worn them in years, and they'll probably get stored towards the bottom of my closet. I well and truly need to replace these this year. These are so absolutely destroyed, so we're gonna put those in a new home pile. Doing some boot dusting before anybody goes back in to the closet. Cowboy boots, even though I wear these like once every other year, we will never get rid of them. And then my Uggs. I feel like I have more shoes hiding somewhere. I was fishing under my bed and I found 2 more bags that we didn't know that we needed to take out. So that's really exciting. I am such a sucker for these boots, but they are very stately. I do feel like I've seen more ankle booties this year, and I will do more of a fall trends for the pear-shaped girlies soon. There's a lot, and Vogue has added like all of the shows this year, and they've expanded the amount of things that you can go through. So there's like 500 brands, and I'm going through them one at a time. I will adore these shoes for the rest of my life, even if they are like actually painful to get off, because if you grab the heel, you stab yourself. All right, time to find the suede brush so that we can get everything nice and pretty before I stick it in the closet. Please enjoy today's time lapse because I just got the complete set of Vampire Diaries, which is honestly such a great steal, and we need the air conditioning on while I do all of the brushing things on the floor.
Want you to fall in deeper. 보여줘 나의 미소. We're doing a rendezvous, baby, right now. I keep dreaming it's not enough. I pick you up every time we do. We're playing cause we know this feeling's new. I've feeling up, down, girl, since I met you. Oh no. Swimming over Malibu, I guess it's true. The fights of time is you. Swimming over Malibu, it's overdue. Cause the baddest of them is you. Swimming over Malibu, I guess it's true. The fights of time is you. My love, my love, my love. We'll take it by the show. Cause I want you right here when you're calling out. Just tell me you want it more. Do it night and day. Make your body sway, and I'm floating in your ocean eyes, hypnotized, falling right head over heels, still lost in your ocean eyes. No surprise, it's you.
So we have officially reached the next portion of our journey. I've had my snack and dinner break, and this is the section that we're going to be dealing with. I'm going to pull anything that's really more spring and summery, because I feel like more than anything, getting the most out of like the autumn and fall vibes here is really about the color palette. So we're going to pull all of that aside. I'm going to set things kind of in the chair maybe for now, and then I'll go through and put everything in shoe bags and put them back in another vacuum pack bag and just get them out of the way. And that clears this space for boots, but I think also handbags. This is the first kind of month that I really lived with having the mirror on the wall, and because I rearranged that section, I don't know where all of my extra purse hooks are, but some of those need to be added to just expand on that space. But some of the bags are too small, so like clutches, there's a few pairs of shoes that I have that I know that I just don't really love, don't want to keep, so we'll go ahead and set those aside as part of the sell pile. And then anything that's really kind of just more spring-like and vibrant, so like these tailored shorts that I love, I'm going to set those aside, and we'll really prioritize wearing my leather shorts this fall. So we got a pile to sell, a pile to potentially donate. The things that I feel like are a bit too light and pastel-y for fall, we'll set those aside. And then we'll see if there's anything else that kind of fits in the mix. But I think if we can kind of clear this, I can get all of the pants set up here. And then I have a bag on the floor behind you that has other winter stuff in it. Some of it's longer jackets that'll probably go into my office on the hanging rack there. There's a few dresses in there that I know that I really don't absolutely 100% love, and that's why I tend to put things in the Ziploc bags when I pull them out with the season. Is there are things that I feel like I'm kind of on the fence about, and if I don't absolutely love it and don't find myself reaching for it, but I feel like I'm kind of in the middle ground with it, I'll set it aside and see how I feel when I go to pull it out initially for that season. And if I don't absolutely love it, I'll sell it then. I find that that's just kind of the best way for me to make sure that I'm fully like I'm fully aware of what I have in my closet versus just having tons and tons and tons of things all the time. So I don't know that I'm going to pull out too many long dresses yet. We might do that a little bit later, but right now I'm really more concerned about pulling out the shoes and then making more space for my purses to be organized, because that feels like something that just isn't existing at the moment. That already feels so much better. I am going to leave that bottom one open for now, and then we're going to put donation and all of that away, but like this is giving. Now we just need to sort out this center section with dresses. I realized I haven't styled this for you guys yet, and honestly I thought I already would, but one of the things I realized is that because I am getting dressed so differently at the moment, that this needs to live in my closet if I'm actually going to do it. So I'm hoping that by putting like my pants over there and then everything else that's like dressy wise over here, it'll work. But look at that background already. It's such a nice vibe, and it looks like it's so custom, and it really is not at all. I am looking at this and realizing I'm probably not going to keep it like this, just because they're extra fluffy that way, and I will probably actually be able to see things a little bit more if it's streamlined. Great in theory, not so much in execution, especially with bigger jeans, because there's just too much to take up with. But do the pile over here of all of the things that are a bit more light and summery, so I'm going to start folding those up so those can go in the Ziploc bag. I need to find another place for the shoes. Our contributor of the evening. Need to find another place for the boots that I'm waiting to get holders for. And then I also realized that I needed to do laundry because there's quite a few things that I thought, oh, that's missing and I don't have that. So I went ahead and pulled a couple of the sweaters from my office stash just to start to see how this would fit or what I would want to do with this. I don't know that I want this to be super bulky, but I went ahead and pulled a few that I'm not going to wear yet, but are kind of on the lighter moment, and we're keeping this space a little more empty. I have a feeling that I'm probably going to switch this up in the next couple of days as I'm living with it, but for now we're just kind of getting the vibe of what it looks like to have thicker things, taller things, other shoes, just kind of suiting the fall vibes. And I really like that the way that this is set up. There is a lot of flexibility for me to kind of adapt it with taller, shorter things seasonally, however I need to. Like, this little bookshelf has been so many things for me and is currently being the home for a lot of our shoes. So I will probably end up, like, I have a few pairs of mules in mind, things like that. So platforms might come out of the closet. This might get rearranged a bit. I might inevitably need to take like this section of heels that's up here and put them on the door because I haven't pulled any of the summer shoes out there. So that can still be done, and I might do a second pass at that. But for more than anything, I've been really trying to just do the first pass of getting my eyes on anything that I want to sell, anything that I feel like I know can go. And then maybe later this week when I'm in the right headset of just kind of clearing, or when I start to put things on Poshmark, because I've already started a pile in my office for stuff that I'm going to sell, we'll kind of go from there. But this is feeling good so far. So now we're going to bundle everything up that can go in the Ziploc and start the process of getting that prep to go under the bed for storage. Point in the evening where I am starting to fade. I still need to do the vacuum seal bag and put that under the bed, but we have this entire large bag down here to go through. So we're gonna go through that in the morning. I also bought some little rug stickers earlier today to get my rug to be more flat, because I tried a few rugs at the front of the room just to kind of add to the vibe and see. There's also some, like, the flooring in here is a big hot mess. We talked about this in other videos, but like, we live in a 1950s home, so there used to be some really awful carpet in this room, and when we pulled it up, it was just left with the really disgusting glue. And my mom has plans to gut this house at some point, so a lot of the things that we've done to some degree are either functional or they just work the easiest without spending lots of money for the time being. So that's why my floor looks really funny. That being said, the rug needs to be secured down, but also the plywood that's underneath it actually needs to be screwed into the floor below to make it as flat as possible so that it isn't catching on the door, because that becomes a problem. So I only have certain times of the day where it's easiest for me to vacuum, and nighttime is not great because my kids are starting to find their spots in the floor. So I have 2 pups right there, 1 pup out there, and this is the time where they are unwinding. So we're gonna vibe with their routine. But vacuum seal that bag. I don't really know what I'm going to do about the tat situation. I have a feeling once I kind of cleanse some stuff and put everything where it needs to be tonight, I will find the hooks for the wall, and these might actually go on the wall. I went through and culled like 5 or 6 hats and threw them in the Goodwill pile. So we're just kind of getting rid of it and making it make sense as it goes. I'm not a big hat wearer. I might wear more hats. I might feel more excited to wear hats this fall because I have a longer hair and I think that it's a little bit easier. But at the same time, I think the best place to put them is probably going to be on the wall, and that's going to be needing to be rearranged according to the way all the purses are kind of hanging. Some of the hooks might work, but with the new mirror on the wall, it kind of makes some of the existing hooks not the best option. So we need to find new ones and replace them. So we will be back at it in the morning, probably with more laundry to stick in the closet, and we can see how much actually fits where and what else I'm getting rid of. And I hope that this is motivating you guys, but it's also so nice to see such a clean, aesthetic looking background, and honestly knowing that like I could do it without spending tons and tons of money is making my heart happy. Good morning. So it is the next day and we have a whole bag of things to go through. And actually I'm looking at this and I realized there's so many stuff, so many pieces in here that I kind of forgot, which is the joy of this. Some of this is summer stuff that's a little bit too small and my body's changed, but I'm not fully ready to get rid of it. And then we're kind of going from like real wintry to the lighter jacket. So we're gonna pull out what I feel like is the most essential from this bag. And then I still need to do the bag from last night. I actually didn't zip it, which is perfect because I found some other shorts and things. I will go through off camera later today and do like a nice deep clean and use the vacuum all at the same time and put it back, because the one thing about having dogs is that you have to do like the proper carpet cleaning every now and again to help with the odor. So I spotted this in the corner of the bag this morning and I honestly forgot about it, and it's my unstructured blazer. There's a whole blog post on how to style this, but the reason I stuck it in the bag was because I felt like I was just reaching for it too much and I needed to take a break from it. And now that I'm seeing it again, I'm really excited to be able to style it. This jacket from Petal and Pup is one of my favorites because it's so deceptive. It's perfect where I live, but it's also really lightweight, so it actually gives the winter vibes without being too hot for winter. I don't tend to do a lot of waist level jackets, and I have the great photos from Monet's Garden in this, but this one has been one of my just favorites for the last few years because it really snatches in at the center, and I find that with pear-shaped bodies that it can be a little bit too just kind of bleh all over you if you don't have some kind of centering, and that one is beautiful. My beloved fur coat, may we never be parted. I don't think we're gonna need the leather leggings yet, but we have them. And I have yet to wear these from Spanx, so we'll see if we get use out of them this year. I bought these and then the corduroy style ones, or the felt style ones, and I love the felt ones, but these were a little bit too small for me, so we'll see how they work and if they need to find a new one. Not ready for Christmas sweaters, but we'll go ahead and put her in the office so I don't have to pull these back out. And I have two dresses in here that I'm really on the fence about. This knitted one that is so fun. It's such a different kind of vibe. I think my mom sewed back on all the buttons that I fell off, and it's got this really open back. She is a statement. There's nothing about this that is subtle, but I just feel like there's not a lot of things that are this kind of unique vibe, and I think this year would be great if I can find like some really good fall boots and then maybe a new blazer over. I don't think I styled it that way last year, or I thought about styling it, and I think I did a version with the metallic boots, which work because it has the slit but it's long enough to kind of cover in the front. There's a whole video on like styling the mid-calf boots somewhere. I will link it down below if I can remember, but I think I was like overthinking my body in this last year, so we're gonna give her another chance because she is just so fun, and I feel like knitted dresses are definitely my vibe for fall. The last thing I stuck in here thinking I would pull her out with unsureness is this like Amazon knit dress. I have yet to wear her and she has potential, but I also just feel like she might be a little bit too plain. I have it in my mind that I'm going to buy a handful of brooches and some other things to make outfits like these just feel more like my personality, but this is obviously not much of an investment. Chic, but I just feel like this color feels a little bit bland for the vibes that I want for winter. Like, I know that I haven't worn this yet and it's been a few years, and I think that's probably my sign that she needs to go into the donate toolbox. So you can see the vibes there. I'll show you the full fit in a minute, but I wanted to show you today's outfit. I am wearing my beloved star dress. I think we're gonna pair it with these shoes today because I'm going to get my nails done. We'll keep it kind of casual. There might be another version in there, but I always find that sometimes this can be something I overthink as far as the color blocking. But the other reason that I pulled you out to kind of talk about this real quick, I've shared this in shorter content and I don't think I've done a blog post on it yet, and we've talked about the Honeylove versus Spanx. There's like a short video on it. I've gotten questions on it and I did like a reply in TikTok kind of talking about it. But what really makes the difference for me is kind of the actual height hitting, which can be a really great thing or it can be really annoying. Different things for what you're wanting to shape or hide I will go into, I think, a full blog post on this later, just because Spanx has so many variations and Honeylove only has like a handful, but these are what I'm about to switch into because what I'm wearing right now is currently rolling at the top and it's driving me crazy. So for days where I just want like to suck in the lower stomach and then I want to smooth out the sides because one of my hips is a little bit more bumpy than the other because I sleep on my left side, so my right side tends to be a little bit more divoted. This helps kind of smooth that out, and then you can fix any of the chafing issues. But I have to say, I really do love these. They are an investment, but they are really high quality. I've had no issues with them. And I tend to use these when my nails are like the sharpest. So like I will go and get my nails done and have them like in the middle of doing all the things. So they've been filed down, like they are thinner, they are kind of pokey and stabby, and like nothing has broken, and I have ripped some serious holes in some Spanx. So 100% such a fan of these, such a fan of their bras, highly recommend. Their sizing guide is very, very accurate. And I feel like that is super helpful, but I also have a discount code that is linked in the description box. But we haven't talked about shapewear in a while, and I feel like with everything happening and with all the fall dresses coming out, sometimes you just want something to smooth it out, but you also want to protect the inner thigh, and this is really great for that. The only thing is that because it has this supposed like little pee hole, which I don't use, you kind of have to go in and adjust like the center of it too. You're not just kind of pulling it up. So when you go to the bathroom, you have to do a few more extra adjustments that you're probably normally used to, but such a fan of these, highly recommend. But on that note, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I am so obsessed with how my closet looks. I will keep you posted whenever the boot fitters come in to kind of structure everything, because these guys have already fallen. Like, they do not want to stay up. I really just love how streamlined it looks. The other thing I think I might do is I'm going to switch the jeans over to hangers because I think that'll look more smooth, and then I might do a little swap around and either get new hangers for that area, maybe get the clear glass ones or the plastic ones, just because it'll look a little bit just more seamless to the eye. I have quite a few different variations of hangers in color. The gray, I have like a neutral, and then I have like a black, and they're really nice and I'm grateful for them, but it's starting to make things look a little bit messy. So might try to phase into one color or make some adjustments there. But I've already got a list of all the things that I want to be buying for fall. I'm going to be filming a J. Crew haul probably tomorrow, so make sure you check shorts for that. And yeah, I'm so excited to go into this next season. So if you aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I upload a new video every single week. If you want more mid-luxury life and style content, I would love to have you here. Let me know in the comments below what you're most excited to wear this fall, or maybe what you most love that I showed you in the wardrobe that you want me to style. I will make that a priority. So I love you guys. It is a good day to have a good day. I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.